Well, how's everybody doing today? Today I'm going to be canning green beans, and if I can get around to it, some cabbage, and I think I even had some mustard greens in there if I can get to that. So we're going to see what we can get a hold of and get into today, and I hope y'all will join with us. I don't know if y'all have these things, but I don't know what that is, but they are all over our yard. I mean, it looks like somebody just dumped a whole truckload of it in our yard. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that you join us while we're canning. I would like to say that if you don't mind, we're just starting out with this, so give us a like, share it, subscribe if you would. That would help us out immensely. Thank you so much. Alright, today my mother-in-law, my father-in-law give me some green beans, give me a bag of them. I don't know how much, it filled up that, and we're going to try and get them canned. I put a little bit of salt in the bottom of this jar. This is a quart jar, and I'm just basically raw packing them. Basically with raw packing, you just got them washed here, and I'm just gonna fill up my jar. I like to kind of tap them, kind of settle them. You don't tap them hard, just tap them a little bit to settle them beans so they'll get as many of them in there as possible. And then I'm just going to turn the water on. I'm not going to turn it on fast. I'm just going to let it slowly fill up, and that way a lot of the bubbles will come out. A lot of people debubble. I never even heard of debubble until the last couple of years, but I'm generally 10 years behind everybody else. And then what we're going to do, let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to get our clean rag. I already got a couple of them done. I got a few more I got to do. I'm going to wipe off the rims. You want to fill them, make sure they don't have any cracks or chips. And we're going to get some lids. And a couple of rings. Let's see here. Just going to finger tie them. And I'm going to put them in here. I've got some water in there, and I'm just slowly heating it up right now since these are raw packed. I don't want to shock the jars. And I'm going to bring you back when I get done filling it up. Alright, I got 7 of them in there. I actually wound up having to take my little wire basket out of there. That's the one that's come with the canner about 1,000,000 years ago. And with these jars I have, they just wasn't going to fit in there, so I had to take them out, and I put one of those separating trays, metal separating trays on the bottom so they wouldn't be sitting exactly on the bottom. And I oiled my lid. I've got my lid here, and I'm about to put it on here, and then we'll get her going from there. Well, here we are. It has finally started steaming. It's been steaming for a good 10 minutes or so. My little pop-up thing has come up. It's ready for me to put my weight. I'm down in South Mississippi, So my elevation is going to be 10 pounds. And I'm going to do this. This is green beans, and they're quarts, so I'm going to do 25 minutes, I believe. I'll check, but I believe it's 25 minutes. I got my little weight on there. And it'll start jiggling after a while. I like that old jiggler, as you can hear it. It'll build up that steam, and it'll get to jiggling real good. Once it comes up to pressure, about 11 pounds or so, we'll start timing it, and we'll time it for 25 minutes. Alright, I got about 7 more minutes on the green beans, and you see the little jiggler doing the hula dance. While I'm waiting on that, I've got some broccoli over here that some of off my plant, some off of some plants that a friend of mine give us, one of my church members, and so I'm going to be chopping some of those up while I'm waiting. Beep. Alright, the timer's going off. We're going to turn this off. And then we're just going to let it pressure down on its own, and once the pressure's off of it, my little pop-up's down, the gauge is all the way down to 0. I'll take my weight off, and we'll take them out. I'll show you what we got. Whoops. They're all gone. What happened to them? There they are. I didn't intend on filming me getting them out, but y'all didn't need to see that anyway. So I got them out. I'm going to have to put some more in, and I'm not going to bore you with all that. I'll bring you back and let you see the final product. Alright, I got some cabbage here, so I can go ahead and cut up too, since I was in the doings. This is a smaller one here. Just cutting out the cores. I'm just going to cut them up. In there. And I'm going to blanch them here in a minute. Blanch them for a little bit, and then I'm going to put them in jars, and we're going to can them. I had some left over. Let me show you here real quick. See if I can get this thing up here. There's a little bit of the cabbage that I'm doing. I got a few more I got to do. I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more jars of green beans, and I also got a, let's see if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, I got a bag of mustard greens. I'm going to go ahead and can up while I'm canning everything. Might as well just do it all at one time, huh? Alright, I'm going to get back to cutting up this cabbage, and we'll see you when I go to the next step. There's part of the cabbage. I've got it in there, and I'm going to blanch it, and I'll probably just blanch it for about 3 minutes as well. I'm not real sure the right amount of time, but that seems to be a good time. And once that blanches, I'll put it over there in my strainer, and I got another little batch I got to put in there and blanch it, and then I'll can it up, and we will go from there. I decided to go ahead and show you what I'm doing here with this cabbage. It's blanched. What I did, I put some in the bottom, and then I add a little bit of water. And I got my little wooden spoon here. How you like my little wooden spoon? I made that. And look on the back. It's got like a little, it was a knot. Can you see that?
A little bit.
Looks like a spider, don't it? I call it my spider spoon. But this is just made out of an old sycamore limb that fell out in the backyard. Anyway, I continue to pack this in. I get a little bit more in. And what I'm doing here, I'm trying to get rid of the bubbles. Cabbage is real bad to get bubbles on them leaves. It's not quite as bad after you blanch it, but I like to try and do what I can to get most of the bubbles out. Then I'll finish filling it up. You don't leave your head space. I come to about right there. Finish this. I'm going to poke that and try and make sure all them bubbles are out good. And I got my water up to my head space. Then what I do, I put about a half a teaspoon of salt. Wipe it off. Finger tight. There you go. Thank you. Here we are with the mustard greens. The last thing I'm going to can today. I'm just going to blanch them. I'll probably blanch them 5 to 8 minutes and try and get that canned up as well. This is some of the cabbage over there and some over here. You don't tell my wife I'm showing you our countertop as messy as it is, but hey, that's life, isn't it? It's just life. Well, there is what has been accomplished, at least part of what's been accomplished today. Got my cabbage, some green beans, there's a mustard greens and some quart green beans back there. I do thank you for joining with us. If you don't mind, like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. We are new to this, and I realize it's going to take a while to build up our audience, but I sure would appreciate your help. Thank you so much. God bless.